Welcome back to Mind the Major. I am C Major. Apologize for this video first and foremost because I'm in the car making this one and Baltimore is on fire today. So y'all gonna have to excuse the noise from the air. I just wanted to put this quick video out. I just happened to be strolling, try to get a little better lighting on this joint. I happened to be strolling through YouTube last night and came across a video. This dude, I ain't gonna call him dude, brother, Kingface. He's getting a lot of traction because he chooses to wear the MAGA hat and support Trump, right? I happened to look at the videos on the brother. Now, first and foremost, I'm not gonna sit there and say that I support Trump, but a lot of the views the brother made in the videos that I saw, he had valid views. He had a bunch of valid views. And what attracted me to the video, the actual video, is that I saw a clip on another YouTube channel and he was talking about trying to be involved with starting some programs in different cities. One of the cities being Baltimore. So that's what attracted me and made me do a little investigating and see who this guy actually is. You understand what I'm saying? But I mean, he's gotten a lot of attention behind the MAGA hats and his support of Trump. And he was speaking to people. I think he did something with my son, debate, something like that, or whatever you want to call it. But then he did something with Queen's Flip. And I mean, he had valid points and he pretty much shut it down. You know what I mean? With the Queen's Flip joint anyway. But he tried to make it seem like Trump wasn't a racist and so on and so forth. Everything that people were saying that Trump is guilty of, he had his views on why it wasn't true. Now, first and foremost, you gotta call a spade a spade. You understand? It don't matter what a person do. If a person's playing chess, you're gonna have a couple black pawns. You're gonna have a couple black pawns. So when you're accused of being a racist, you can use these pawns and say, "Oh, I'm clearly not a racist because I support these 2-3 black people. I can't be a racist." Yes, you can. You can definitely be a racist. When the whole thing kicked off and what was that? Charlottesville, North Carolina, and they had the white nationalists there. He would not say that they were actually wrong. He wouldn't. Instead, he said, "Oh, there were some good people on both sides." He would not say that they were wrong. When it comes to the mass shootings in the last month or so. So a white person can go into a mall and kill 40 people, but he's not a bad person. This is not a bad person. This is a person with mental illness. All of a sudden, this person can kill 40 people, but he's suffering from mental illness. Excuse me. But you take a black person, and that black person can kill one person. He's a thug. He's a thug. He's an animal. He should be in prison for the rest of his life. You understand? If everybody's going to play on the same field, everybody should be playing by the same rules, bro. That just goes without saying. Everybody should be playing the same rules. You understand? You spoke on how Trump, excuse me, he spoke on how Trump won the election. Brother, if you want to be technical, Trump did not win an election. A democracy is when the people are allowed to vote a person into office, which means that the president should be elected solely by the popular vote. The Electoral College is just another way for them to bend the rules to say, okay, well, the people have spoken, and the people say that this should be the next president. But what we're going to do, we're going to bend the rules. We're going to bend the rules to fit our agenda, and we're going to put this person in the office instead. That's not a democracy. That is not a democracy. That is a dictatorship. For the people, by the people, would be a democracy. And we can clearly see that that's not how things are ran. That is not how the country is ran. You understand? But with all that being said, even with all that being said, brother, you still have the right. And that's the beautiful thing about, that's one of the beautiful things about America. With all that being said, you still have the right to support this guy if you so choose. If you so choose, you still have the right to support this guy. That is one of your rights as being an American. But you said other things that kind of weren't 100% true. When you say that we are in certain situations because we don't want to get out of them, that's not 100% true, brother. You would look at my one of my first video I put up. I spoke on that. I touched on that, and I spoke to say that if every young brother that's out there selling drugs right now decided, oh, I'm not going to sell another drug in my life, I'm going to go work. It's not jobs out there for every last one of them. You understand what I'm saying? So if it was a level playing field, and you had something to replace that with, then I think more people would probably try not to do certain things. But you can't tell somebody, well, don't pay your bills. Don't pay your bills. You got innocent people that go to jail every day, end up with felony records. You already know, once you get that felony on your jacket, how easy is it for you to get a job? How easy would it be for you to obtain a job with a felony on your jacket? It is almost impossible. So certain things, but don't get me wrong, certain things that you said, I totally agree with. But see, that's democracy in itself. That you have the right to have a different viewpoint on things, but that's the whole thing. You can sit down with someone that you might not agree with 100%, and the two of you compromise to reach a common goal. But to just say, this is going to be like this and that's it, that's not democracy, bro. That's not democracy. And you can't say one class of people is better than another class of people. I break it kind of simple when I say it like this. If things are level and fair for everybody, everybody's treated equal in America. then why when you go fill out a job application, why is that you had to check a box for whether or not you have a felony or not? Why do you have to check a box stating your ethnicity? Why do you have to check a box stating your gender? If everybody was treated equally, those three things you would not have to identify when filling out a job application. You are being identified, you are being placed in categories by just checking those boxes. And when people pick up that, oh, black person, I'm gonna sit this over here because I'm only gonna hire a certain amount of black people here to fill a quota, so I don't have people breathing down my neck saying that I'm being racist or whatever. Come on, let's give it, if you want to keep it real, keep it 100, keep it 100% real. I mean, I would love to sit down and talk to you, bro, simply because you say, I mean, like I say, you have a lot of valid points. You speak a lot of valid points. And if you are interested in coming to Baltimore and sitting down with people and trying to figure out ways to better the city, to get the city back on track, because I lived there all my life, bro. I've been a Baltimore native all my life. And I just, me myself, I can remember times where it wasn't like this. Baltimore used to be a beautiful place. I spoke on that before in one of my other videos. I spoke on it. But due to the way things have transpired over the last few decades or whatever, it changed. It changed. It changed drastically. And you gotta say what it is. It's been some of the leadership. It's been some of the leadership, and you gotta say it is what it is. You understand what I'm saying? It is what it is. But like I said, you see the problem, you gotta start working towards fixing it. And just imprisoning everybody. They just said the other day, I was watching the news the other day, and the governor has started getting involved with Baltimore City as far as the crime rate, the violent crimes. He just said that it was like 6,000 unserved warrants that he's going to bring state police, you know what I mean, and to start serving these warrants. So you got like 6,000 people that's about to visit central booking in the upcoming months. You want to overcrowd a judicial system that's already overcrowded. You're going to have people in them 6,000 that's going to end up with felonies. I mean, just records, period, which is going to affect their living status in the future. So if you say, bro, I mean, like I say, I'm doing this video on the spur of the moment because unfortunately, I'm not that 1%. I'm not included with that 1%. I gotta get out here. I got a job I gotta be at every day. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, I did what I did in days past, but I started seeing things different, and I work every day. But I see things, and the thing that got me interested in wanting to speak to you is because you pushed the whole thing about being a free thinker. And that's one thing that I always say. You know what I mean? I've always been into that. I've always been into being a free thinker, not just taking what I've been told, what everybody tells me, and take it as, you know what I mean, law. If something doesn't seem right to me, then I do my due diligence and I'll investigate it to come to my own conclusion to whether or not that's fact. And that's where I totally agree with you at, that everybody should definitely be a free thinker. and be able to make your own decisions and not just hop on a bandwagon because it's a wave. You understand what I'm saying? But video being what it is, I'm totally new with this YouTube thing. But like I said, YouTube is a way to get a message. It's a way to get a message to a bunch of people in a short amount of time. So if like I said in my other videos, I want to sit down and I want to talk with people, like-minded people, free thinkers. You understand what I'm saying? Free thinkers. And if you're interested, if you are truly interested in helping Baltimore, I would love, like I said, I would love to sit down and talk to you, bro. It's like I say, you got a lot of valid points out in the videos that I watch. You know what I mean? I can tell that you're not an ignorant brother. You know what I mean? You do a lot of fact checking. You know what I mean? But some things that you spoke on, you weren't totally up on. You understand what I'm saying? Like when you spoke on, oh, we just sit around and want to be pacified and so on and so forth. When you look at history, and I'm not going to go into a whole spill of thing right now, but history has shown us as black people that we can be told, oh, you need to get out and you need to do this for yourself and do that for yourself. Let me tell you about something, bro. Was a thing called a community. Tulsa, Oklahoma. 1920s. Right? Black Wall Street. A community that was self-sufficient. Didn't need white people's help for anything. Was totally self-sufficient, had their own banks, own businesses. They spent money with themselves. And this was in the early 1900s, bro. Do you know what happened to that community, brother? White people from the surrounding towns came in and burnt that community to the freaking ground, man. Tons of black people were murdered. Bruh. Tons of self-sufficient black people were murdered and displaced. Only thing they did was what the 1% are telling us that we need to do today. But yet, when we did it before, once we showed them that we don't need you, that we actually don't need you, they came in and they killed us. They came in and they killed us, bro. Tulsa, Oklahoma is a part of America, bro. So the only thing when I see that MAGA hat, the first thing that comes to my mind when I see the MAGA hat, make America great again, I think of wage. The word wage. You thinking? Let me help you out. Was America great? ... Ever. Wage. Was America great ever? Now, it's a difference in being okay, and being fair, and being great. Being great is everybody being equal. That would be great. Anything less than that is contrary to the word. And what I say, bro, and I'm going to stand on it, and you can tell me, when did we ever get treated as total equals? Was America great ever, bro? Wage. You seem to be a very intelligent brother. I would love to sit down and you tell me when that was. And if you think that from what the past has shown us, when we stand up and become self-sufficient, do you think that we're at a time right now that if we did do these things and we got up and we said, okay, we don't need y'all no more. We don't need y'all. We good. And we're the minority. I don't think we're not even 20%. We're not even 20% of the America's population. Do you honestly think that they would be fine with that? Honestly, bro. Honestly. And I'm not the type of person, I don't like to spew hate, because I've known people of all nationalities and backgrounds, bro. I deal with people of all nationalities and backgrounds daily. I'm not going to say where I work at, but I deal with people of all nationalities and backgrounds daily. And I can get along with anybody. As long as that person respects me like I respect them, I can get along with anybody. But when you try to hand me a cup of piss with noodles in it and tell me it's soup, and I know better, come on, bro. Come on, bro. I mean, things can sound good, but words have meanings. Words have meanings, and you can't bend a word and say, oh, another point, you say, oh, the man lies daily, but you'll say that he don't lie. Oh, he exaggerated. Bro, tell me what exaggeration is. Can you give me the definition of lying is to tell something that's not the truth. If you say something that's not the truth, it's a lie. Whether you want to call it exaggerating, it's a lie. It's not truthful. So you can bend words to try to meet a certain agenda, but fact is fact. You can't say that a person can kill 40 people and be mentally ill, but this person kills 2 people and he's a complete animal. You understand what I'm saying? You can't call a person that goes and spews hate and kills 40 people. Lets you know that he's doing this because he hates these people. That's a freaking terrorist. That's a racist terrorist, bro. That's a racist terrorist. But somebody that says they want to stand up for the abuse, the killing of unarmed black men by the police, you try to make them look as if they're terrorists to a degree. You understand? If this person is mentally ill, I see people that's mentally ill every day. Just about every person in the inner city here has some type of form of mental illness. And they don't even know it. Just by you being in a city that's every year 300 murders every year. That's almost a murder a day. Seeing people shot every day, and just that you think people don't become traumatized, that's post-traumatic. That's PTSD right there. If they don't suffer from PTSD They suffering from anxiety, paranoia. Schizophrenia. But they don't even know it. But when they end up in a courtroom, they're not looked at as being mentally ill. They're looked at as being straight criminals, bro. We don't get a pass. We don't get those type of passes. But because you look a certain way, you're supposed to get a pass like that. You can go kill 40-something people in the mall, and the president give you an out. The lawyer ain't even give him the out. The president is telling his lawyer, basically telling the lawyer what type of defense to use with this dude, man. How do you know this? You don't know the first thing about this guy, but you're going to tell the world that he's mentally ill. He just killed 40-something people, but he's mentally ill and you don't know a thing about him. So those are the type of things that I disagree with. You understand? Like I say, if you are truly interested in being of some sort of help to my city, I welcome it, bro. I would love to sit down with you and have a conversation. Whereas though we could try to map out some things where we can get some programs back into the city. It is a thing. Money gets allocated. It's all about money. If we can get the crime, we can get the murder rate down, we wouldn't need so many police. The city wouldn't be paying so much in overtime for police. That money could be allocated to programs for the kids. So yeah, it's a big thing, and I feel as though if you really want to help, if you really want to be of help to my city, and I apologize again, y'all, because I'm in the car, and like I said, it's cooking out here right now. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to hold the best light I can. But if you really want to be of service to my city, man, I welcome it. I welcome you, bro. I would love to sit down with you and chop it up. I would love to sit down and chop it up with you. You know what I mean? Like I say, because that's a real democracy in itself. When you have two people discussing, we can have different views on things. That doesn't mean you have to side with me or side with him. You can agree with some of the things both of us said, and then we come to we meet in the middle to find a solution to the problem. But I might change your way of thinking on some things, and like I say, you had some valid points on what you were saying, which I heard you say in the videos or whatever, that I said to myself, okay, yeah, that's right. You know what I mean? Truth is true. But on some things, bro, you might be a little misinformed. Like, I would love to sit down with you and we can chop it up and maybe you can see things better. And that's not saying that I'm trying to change you from being a Republican, because that's your God-given right as an American to be able to vote for whoever you want to vote for. But I'm there's no way in the world that I can vote for the dude, man. You understand what I'm saying? Not that I like the choices all of the choices that are being put out there on the Democratic side. And see, the whole thing, politics in itself is it's a mess, man. It's a mess, and people don't see through it. I'm gonna leave it short. I'm gonna leave it short and sweet, and I'm gonna put out there exactly why Trump won. It didn't have anything to do with Hillary not going to Wisconsin or whatever state that was that at the end of it had nothing to do with that. Nothing to do. Hillary could have went to every state and danced on her head, and Trump still would have won. The Electoral College was still going to put Trump in that office. And there's one reason why that was going to happen, why she could not be president. One simple reason. And this is not the way I feel. Because I feel as though if you had the qualifications and you're the better person, then so be it. You know what I mean? If the people speak, then the people are spoken. But what it actually was, what it all boiled down to, Hillary was a woman. And me myself, I would love to eventually see a female president. But she took it like, okay, they elected Obama, well, woman's next. But it's sad to say, the world is not ready for a woman president. She jumped the gun. If anything, you should have ran as a vice president first before trying to take the seat of president. You understand? Because you're going to have to deal with a lot of countries being the president of America. Right? You're going to have to deal with a lot of countries, a lot of foreign countries that don't actually respect women like that. So having her as president would have actually, not that I said I agree with it, but to other countries that, like I say, don't respect women's rights as much, would have viewed America as being weak. And this is what the people in charge, Electoral College, this is what they knew for a fact. So they say, what do we do? Do we give it to Hillary, who the people say that they want to be the president, when we know Arab countries and stuff like that aren't going to really respect her just from the fact that she's a woman? Or do we put Trump in there? At least we'll know that they'll halfway listen when he speaks just by him being a man. So don't be fooled. I'm telling people that listen to this, don't be fooled. You got a lot of female candidates in the race for the Democratic seat. And I'm only going to tell you, if a woman, and you mark my words, and this is not the way I totally feel. If a person is the best person for the job, then so be it, they should be allowed to do it. You understand what I'm saying? But that's not the way everybody thinks. Everybody don't have that.